Hey guys, it's Di from BeingMommywithStyle, and I'm sitting here around my makeup vanity again today, and I thought I would do a video while I go through my makeup and do like a makeup purge today. So what I'm planning on doing is it's going to be kind of like a 2-in-1 combined video where I have my little Disney Cruise Line bag, and this is what I'm planning on bringing all my toiletries in this time. I really love this. It's got a little mesh compartment right here, and then it's just nice and big and open. So what I'm planning on doing is actually going through and putting all of my regular use items and items that I'm planning on bringing with me to the cruise and to Walt Disney World into this bag. And it's kind of like pre-packing today. And then I'm going to go through what's left behind and really start to weed through everything based on whether or not I used it, but also age of expiration. So it's 2017 now, and as I was sitting here the other day, there's a lot of things that I kept so I can remember like the color name and to reorder them, and I've never reordered it, so obviously I don't want it that much. Or it's just like a little bit left and it's too old now to use, so I just need to get rid of it. So it's kind of like a freshen up at the beginning of the year, so I thought I'd take you guys along with me and go through, and we're going to clear out my makeup area. So I will show you a before. So here is a before and all of its kind of messy glory. So this is how I left it after I did my makeup today. I've got these drawers back here which are kind of lesser used items, so I definitely want to go through those for sure. I have some stuff already sitting out right here, like these Bare Minerals stuff, the things I used to use but I don't use anymore. And a lot of this I got, you know, either promotionally or, you know, I got it just to try like this CoverGirl Outlast, but then decided I didn't really like it. So it just needs to go at this point if it's not going to get used. I have a bunch of old foundations back here that are maybe just partially full or have a little bit left in them, and if they've gotten too old they need to go. And then a lot of like lipsticks and things where it's just like a little partial bit, and it can go as well because like literally, like I know these makeup forever. First of all, these are too long. So lipsticks I think are what, like 24 months. NARS is usually really good about putting it on the bottom. So yeah, 24 months it has on the bottom of these. However, if I bought these and I lived in Illinois when I bought them, that's rapidly coming up on being 24 months. And if I bought them and not the last house we lived in Illinois, it's definitely over 24 months. So I'm going to kind of use that as my marker. But you can see like these just have a little bit left. I think this one's even less. It's just like a little, oh no, apparently I got rid of the other one. But these are like dried out. And I bought these 3 or 4 houses ago. So these are definitely over the 24-month mark. So these are 2 I know for sure. The Dior ones I believe are still good as far as age goes. This I bought in Illinois, I know for sure. And these are really, really old. Like I think I got these like in 2012 when I first started doing YouTube videos. So we're going to get rid of all of these. This is from 2012, I believe. 2012 or 2013. So these we're going to move over. And this is really super old. This is really like dried out as well. So this can go. And then the NARS stuff is a little tougher. I know a couple of them are older and some of them are newer. I think the Roman Holiday is the newest one that I have. So I'm going to keep that, but then the other ones are honestly going to go because, like I said, if I know which house I bought it in and it's been like more than 2 or 3 houses ago, that means it was definitely over 24 months. So these are all things that can go, and these as well. And I know about Back to Mac, but I don't really have enough to take things in there, and quite frankly, I don't really use Mac anymore anyways. So we're just going to do it like this today. Now some of these lip crayons, I use the NARS ones, but a lot of them I don't even really use anymore. So if I'm not using it, I'm going to get rid of it so it's not just taking up space. So I'm going to go through those, and probably most of those are going to go. But let me get the things that I know I'm going to bring with me. So these 2 Dior colors, I like both of those. So those are going to go here in my bag. And then this is a brand new thing, a foundation that I just opened by Laura Mercier. This is the Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid Foundation. So I know I'm going to be bringing that, as well as this Tarte brush and my beauty blender, but I'm just going to leave that right there so it doesn't get the inside of the bag dirty already. I'm also going to be bringing this Laura Mercier powder, and I showed these a lot in my makeup favorites. I'm also going to be bringing this Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette and this Becca palette. And then I'm going to be bringing one of these Tarte palettes. this can get tossed. I know that's too old. This is the newer one, but to be quite honest with you, I prefer the older one. This is the Rainforest of the Sea palette. So I'm going to bring the older version, Rainforest of the Sea palette. I mean, I only got it like last year, but in the middle of the year. But I prefer the colors on this one a little bit more so, I believe. So I'm going to bring this one on the trip with me because I think the colors are a little bit more versatile. I liked the colors in the pan on this Rainforest too. But then as you start putting them on, I mean, they look really nice. Look at that. But they're just not quite as blendable as the first version. So anyhow, I'm going to keep it because I do like a couple of those colors, but this one is the better one in my opinion. Then I also have to bring my primer, and I'll be bringing some of the spray. I've got to go to Ulta and replace this little pour eyeliner before we leave, and all of this will go as well. This is some eyeshadow primers, my favorite Buxom gloss. This is a little perfume that's almost gone, so we'll just leave that there, and then this is Tarte concealer. So I think, other than the brushes, so we'll leave those up there because I'm not actually packing. I'm just trying to get my most used items off of the vanity, basically. So I think, oh, these falsies. I'm going to get a new one before I go, but that one's the most used too. I do believe that is the majority of my most used. Oh, my Becca. This is the Opal highlighter. I use this as a highlight. And then also this Too Faced Pink Leopard, I use this in contouring a lot. So I'll probably bring both of those for highlighting and contours. So now this is what's left over. So I'm going to start going through all this stuff and seeing what I can get rid of, either by age or by doesn't get used. So I know for sure this Buxom gloss is new, and I obviously use those a ton. And this is just like a little lip balm. Here's another one of those crayons. So this Dior gloss, I like that one. And then this Burberry gloss I did not really care for. And also, what is this? NARS. I don't really think I like the consistency on that one. This one's not bad. So we're going to throw those two away. The Dior glasses I do really like, so we're going to keep those. This Sephora gloss was not bad, actually. YSL, that one's almost gone and too old anyways. Oh, here's a bigger version of that Lip Lover. Those actually weren't too bad. This is too old, this Benefit one, I know for sure. The Mother Gothel, I can't remember when I got that one. This came from a set that I believe is too old now, because I think I got that 3 or 4 houses ago when we lived in Illinois. This Pacifica stuff is newer, and this Hourglass stuff is newer, and this is the newer one out of the NARS. The other one was older. So look at how much I just cleared out just based on age, just trying to reference like which house we were in. This one, this Marvelous Moxie Buxom thing, camera's not wanting to focus today. This one, I don't really prefer the color, so we're going to get rid of that. But look at this. This is amazing. And fairly quick, although I'm sure you guys don't think it's all that quick unless I super edit this down. But that cleared that out so much. So I'm clearing out tons of empty space here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this drawer back in, and this is everything that I'm planning on keeping up there. And everything fits in there a lot nicely. And the lipsticks, you can tell that's been pared down a ton. And there's only a couple of these lip crayons left over, so I'm going to go ahead and stick those. Honestly, the lip crayons don't even need their own side anymore. There's so few of them left. So that is everything that's left in there. And then this drawer I've gone through on previous kind of clean outs. The only thing that I know is too long is this Mineral Fusion mascara. I've had that too long because the mascara is a shorter time length. So I think the rest of this is all still okay as far as the time lengths go. And all still colors that I still use and like a lot. So I'm going to move that down there so I know it's there. And then the girls actually like the Cinderella stuff, so I'm hanging on to that. Because anytime they get a little bit of makeup, they like that. My Naked palettes are in here. And then all of my other eyeshadows that I don't use all the time are in here. But most of these should still be fairly good. And I'll bring at least one black one in addition to my gunmetal that I wear every day to the conference. And I really like these Butter London ones. These are my favorite. They are the absolute best in my opinion. They're going really, really nicely. So I'm going to throw that in my conference bag. So then moving to this section, I just have some foundations that I can kind of clear out over here. Foundations that are almost gone, like this Tarte one is almost gone and it's not sitting on my face. The consistency isn't good anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that one. And then I have a couple where the color is just really off now. So I'm going to get rid of some of these where it's just almost gone here in the back. And let's see. Yeah, that one's almost gone. That one can go. I think those are fairly old too. I know I moved those over here. So it's never a good sign when you've moved it and you can't remember when you bought it. So all of these are going to go ahead and go, as well as all of these I had sitting there to go. And this little thing I got for free from Sephora. I don't think I'm ever going to use that, along with this little sample thing right there. And I think that that's too old. So then I'm going to go through these drawers over here and see what's left in these. So these Dior palettes, I was into these a long time ago, like 2000. So the blushes are probably still good, but I bought those a little bit sooner. And those, it says 12 months. So I don't know if I bought those 12 months ago or not. I know most of them I probably bought in Illinois. If there's any eyeshadow palettes, I know I need to get rid of those because those I bought first. So if it's an eyeshadow Dior palette, it really needs to go because it's too old. And then there's stuff in here that I just don't ever use. Like this NYX color corrector is probably all dried out. It's not bad actually. And this one, I don't even know if I've ever used it. It's not dried out yet. Let's see if it says a time length on the bottom. I'm going to put that one in there. I know that this one is over the time length, so I'm throwing that little Benefit highlighter away. And there was none of those eyeshadow palettes in there, so I must have already gotten rid of them. So that's good. So I'm going to move down to this area. The big thing in this area is I know that some of these blushes are going to have to go because the earliest ones are too old. And also some of these face powders are going to be too old now too. And like this one, the L'Oreal True Match, I haven't used that in a really long time. So I'm going to go through here and see if I can kind of gauge by age. I'm pretty sure, I know like Mata Hari is newer out of these, but then some of these, like I think Sin, like you can almost see like the cases are more messed up. These are the ones that I bought originally, and it definitely is way over the time length on them. Yeah, so it says 24 months, and I know for sure that at very minimum, Mata Hari's newer. Torrid. And I think Angelica is newer, because I think I got Angelica and Mata Hari. So those ones are probably within the time length. Sin, I think, is one of the older ones. And then, so these must be the 3 older ones. So those 3 are going to have to go, just based on age, because I don't want to break out my face from using stuff that's too old on it. So we'll put those 3 back in there. Those 3 should still be good. And then this True Match can go. I'm going to look down in here. So these 2 palettes are fairly new, and I still use these on occasion. This Hourglass I still use occasionally, but I honestly really like the Laura Mercier stuff a lot better. This Torina Tarantino palette, you know what? I'm pretty sure I did a review of this in the first house that we had when I started doing YouTube. So that's probably definitely way too old. As if it was the first house, that was like 4 years ago. And if it's that old, I don't really need to be putting it on my eyes, obviously. So this Bare Mineral stuff, I don't really use that these days. So I'm going to toss those down there. And I have one more of these little NARS pots. I love these things, but they discontinued them, and those are way too old too. So I'm making a little bit of space down here. But obviously if it's too old, it can't be used. There's no reason for it to be hanging out in here. I don't know when I bought this Chanel foundation. I'm going to assume a really long time ago. So, in fact, I think it was in the house that Bella was a baby in, perhaps. So that can probably get thrown away. So that cleans out the drawer quite a bit, and hopefully everything in there should be to the right date now. I just gotta get some of this paperwork off the top here. This Tainted Love perfume, I just need to use the rest of that up. And it's starting to look a lot more cleaned off, so that's nice. This is the VIB Rouge gift that I just got from Sephora. It's just a makeup brush. So I think we're going to leave it like that today. So that is my little kind of mini purge here for January. Items I'm getting rid of. And then these are my kind of most used items and the items I'm going to take on the cruise. So that should get me through for the cruise, and I will be doing a cruise packing series where you guys can check out everything that I'm bringing on a Walt Disney World Land and Sea adventure to go to Walt Disney World and also on Disney Cruise Line. So that is it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.